Your bank might be legally robbing you, and you're not the only one. Americans are losing billions of dollars every year to hidden fees and surprise charges. So in this video, I'm exposing the 2 worst banks you should stay away from and sharing 3 better options to protect and grow your money. Let's start with the worst banks. First up is Bank of America, or should I say bad for America. In 2014, they had to pay $16.65 billion in one of the biggest civil settlements in US history. They admitted to selling risky mortgage-backed securities without telling investors important information. This caused big losses for investors and helped fuel the 2008 housing bubble. As we all know, when the bubble burst, many people lost their jobs, savings, and homes. Because of all the harm Bank of America caused, $7 billion of the settlement was used to help those affected. It went towards things like lowering mortgage amounts, helping homeowners build equity, and funding affordable housing, but the damage was already done. To put it in perspective, if this bank were a person, they'd be in prison. Another reason they're awful is their customer service. Many customers get frustrated with the automated phone system that makes it really hard to reach a real person, long wait times, unhelpful agents, and cause getting disconnected, or should I say agents hanging up on you. Their high account fees also make this bank very undesirable. Starting with their 3 checking accounts, the minimum opening deposit is either $25 or $100. They also charge a monthly maintenance fee of $4.95, $12 or $25, or you can avoid these fees if you meet certain requirements. For example, on the first account, you need to either maintain a daily balance of $500 or more, be under 25 years old, or join the Preferred Rewards program, which has even more requirements. For the second account, you'll need to either maintain a minimum daily balance of $1,500 or more, have a qualifying direct deposit of $250 or more made to your account, or be a member of the Preferred Rewards program. And for the third account, you need to maintain a minimum daily balance of $20,000 or more in your account, or be in the Preferred Rewards program. So to avoid fees, you have to jump through a bunch of hoops. You have to remember that if you're like most people and constantly move money in and out of your checking account, like paying bills, rent, or other bills, you might go below these daily balances. And if God forbid you lose your job or have an unexpected expense and you can't keep up that balance, the bank will start charging you fees unless you meet their other strict rules. So before you open a checking account, make sure it doesn't have monthly fees, minimum balance requirements, or any other rip-off fees like these. Bank of America's savings accounts are even more of a joke, with interest rates as low as 0.01% or up to 0.04% if you're a Preferred Rewards member. These rates are honestly horrible and greedy, especially when compared to high-yield savings accounts, which currently offer over 4% interest. To put it in perspective, $10,000 in their savings account would earn just $1 a year, while the same amount in a high-yield savings account would earn over $400, which is a huge difference. On top of bad rates, they charge fees on their savings accounts unless you meet certain requirements. Plus, you need at least $100 to open one. So they're just bad all around, and you can do much better. Honestly, if you want your money to grow, get a high-yield savings account. It's like a regular savings account, but pays you a lot more interest. It's free, safe, and you can take your money out whenever you need to. I've made thousands with these accounts, and many people have too, so consider switching to one. Next up, we have one of the most predatory banks in the US, and that's Wells Fargo. They had to pay $3 billion because they were caught opening millions of fake accounts and products for customers without their permission. They've also been involved in issues like wrongfully foreclosing on homes, illegally repossessing cars, fraudulent charges, mistreating employees and customers, and the list goes on. What's crazy is that even after paying billions for their damages, they've continued to make similar mistakes. So if you bank with Wells Fargo, I don't know what to tell you other than to get out of there before you become a victim. But if that doesn't convince you, let's look at their checking account fees and requirements. Their minimum opening deposit is $25, and the monthly fee of these accounts are between $5 to $35, but you can avoid the fees by meeting certain requirements. For example, on this account, you either pay $5 a month, or you can waive the fee if you're 13 to 24 years old, have a Wells Fargo campus ATM card linked to your account, or receive a qualifying military direct deposit with their program. On this other account, you either pay $10 a month, or you can avoid the fee by keeping a $500 minimum balance, receiving $500 or more in qualifying direct deposits, be 17 to 24 years old, or the same previous last 2 requirements. On this other one, you either pay $25 a month, or avoid that fee by having $20,000 or more in linked balances. And on this last account, you either pay $35 a month, or you can avoid that fee by having $250,000 or more in linked balances. It's crazy to me that these banks charge fees for holding your money and only drop them if you meet ridiculous requirements. Meanwhile, they're making money by lending and investing your money. That's just greedy. Anyway, moving on to their two savings accounts, they both require a $25 minimum deposit to open. And they have monthly fees between $5 to $12, but you can avoid them by keeping a certain amount of money in the account or meeting other requirements. The interest rates are also very low, between 0.01% to 0.05%. So while they make a ton of money from your savings, you'll earn pennies. So considering their scandals, high fees, and laughable low interest rates, it's clear that this bank just takes and takes, and I can confirm this after banking with them for a few years. Now you might be asking, well then which banks are better? The truth is there are many options out there, but I can't fit them all in this video. So I've picked 3 banks I recommend based on positive reviews, no monthly account fees or minimum balance requirements, high interest rates, security, convenience, customer service, and my personal experience with them. Keep in mind these are online banks with few or no physical branches, but most people are okay with that because they offer way better benefits. First up is Capital One. Their checking account is FDIC insured up to $250,000, which means your money is protected up to that amount if the bank fails. It has no monthly fees, no minimum balance requirements, and no overdraft fees. You can use over 70,000 ATMs for free to withdraw cash, and you can add cash to your account at popular places like CVS, Walgreens, 7-Eleven, and Target. Plus, with direct deposit, you can get your paycheck up to 2 days early. What's cool about Capital One is that even though they're an online bank, they have some physical branches and Capital One cafes where you can get help in person depending on where you live. So if you want the high interest rates of an online bank, but you still want some in-person services, Capital One is a great choice. I have this account myself and have no complaints so far. I pair with the Capital One 360 savings account, which is currently offering 4.25% interest rate with no account fees or minimum balance requirements. You can also create multiple savings accounts for different goals like an emergency fund, buying a house, or a vacation. So your money stays organized and doesn't get mixed up or spent by mistake. Next up is SoFi, one of my favorite banks right now. They offer a combined checking and savings account called the SoFi Checking and Savings Account for better benefits. This account is FDIC insured up to $2 million through partner banks, has no monthly fees, minimum balance requirements, or overdraft fees. You can get your paycheck up to 2 days early with direct deposit. Plus, it's currently offering 4.5% interest on your savings balances when you set up direct deposit, or 1.2% without direct deposit, and 0.5% interest on the checking account. By the way, there's no minimum direct deposit amount required to earn the highest interest rate. Any direct deposit amount counts, even $1. You'll also get a debit card that offers 15% cash back at local stores. You can use over 55,000 ATMs for free to withdraw cash. You can deposit cash at over 90,000 stores like Walgreens and CVS for a fee charged by the store. Plus, you can set up accounts for different savings goals and earn interest on the money in those accounts. But what really sets SoFi apart is that for a limited time, they're offering up to a $300 cash bonus plus an extra $25 if you sign up using my link down in the description, totaling $325. To get this bonus, you need to set up direct deposit and receive a specific amount within 25 days after your first deposit. If you receive $1,000 to $4,999 with 99 cents, you'll get a $50 bonus. If you receive $5,000 or more, you'll get a $300 bonus. Overall, this account is really great, especially if you can set up direct deposit, because you could get a huge cash bonus, high interest rates, and perks that other banks don't usually offer without any fees. I use it myself, and I think it's one of the best bank accounts available right now. Last, we have Discover. I use their checking account for one of my investment properties and have no complaints so far. Their checking account is FDIC insured up to $250,000 and has no account fees, minimum balance requirements, or overdraft fees. You also get a debit card that earns 1% cash back on up to $3,000 in purchases each month. You can use over 60,000 fee-free ATMs, deposit cash at Walmart, get paid up to 2 days early with direct deposit, and benefit from 24/7 customer service. Moving on to their savings account, it's also FDIC insured up to $250,000, currently offers a 4.25% interest, and has no account fees, minimum balance requirements, or overdraft fees. Right now, they're also offering a sign-up bonus of $150 when you deposit $15,000 or $200 if you deposit $25,000 within 45 days of opening your account, which is an okay bonus in my opinion if you plan to deposit amounts close to these. So those are my top 3 bank recommendations for checking and savings accounts. But remember, there are many other great options out there. Just whatever you do, stop throwing your money away with these traditional banks and switch to something better. You'll be glad you did. I actually have a ton of videos covering some of the best bank accounts available, like these 2 right here. So feel free to check them out if you like. And if you're ready to boost your savings, don't miss my free checklist down in the description. It's packed with tips to help you find the best high yield savings accounts and my top recommendations. See you on the next one.